Welcome to our 5 on 5. I'm pleased to be joined today by candidate for Labor Commissioner Christina Stephenson. Thank you so much for taking time and joining us today, Christina.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
Now, you're a Portland civil rights attorney. What makes you qualified to run Oregon's Bureau of Labor and Industries?
Yeah, it's true. I'm a civil rights attorney, small business owner, I'm a mom, and I'll tell you, my day job is representing workers who are getting a raw deal because their employers are not following the rules that are enshrined by the Bureau of Labor and Industries. So, my tiny law firm has gone toe to toe with companies like Wells Fargo, and we won. I'm proud of that. But I also own and operate a business. Business I started at the kitchen table when my son was just 3 months old. I know what it means to make payroll. I know what it means to pay the salary, the taxes, the benefits. And whether it's March of 2020 or a banner year, I know what it means to pay my employees before I pay myself. And the way I see it, Oregon makes you a promise. If you work hard and you play by the rules, you have someone in your corner, someone who's looking out for you, who wants you to win. And that's the promise I want to uphold as labor commissioner.
Now, how much of your legal experience is in employment civil rights?
Almost all of it. I have also done some work. So it's not only representing employees, but also representing employers on how to comply with Oregon's laws. I've also done some work in public accommodations, which is another piece of what the Bureau of Labor and Industries protects.
Now, there are many aspects to labor commissioner besides civil rights enforcer. What other experience do you have that qualifies you for the many other parts of this position?
Yeah, so BOLI has a couple of main things that it does. So protects and defends the civil rights of Oregonians in the workplace, in public spaces, and in housing. You've already heard, I have tens of thousands of hours of experience in that area. The other thing BOLI does is it helps employers comply with those rules, something that I've also done. And as an employer myself, have to comply with those rules as well. So I'm well positioned to do the main functions of the agency. The other really exciting piece of the agency is it works to expand job opportunities for Oregonians through the apprenticeship programs. And these are programs where people earn while they learn, and it helps us get well qualified people into the workforce. So this is an exciting part of the agency, and a piece where the legal expertise is really going to make a difference, because we need to make sure that our administrative rules are flexible enough to meet the need in different industries. So expanding our apprenticeship model beyond the building trades to things like nursing, healthcare, education, and I'm well positioned to do just that.
All right, Christina, well, thank you for the insight. We'll be right back after this break with some more questions. Welcome back to our 5 on 5. I'm joined today by candidate for Labor Commissioner Christina Stephenson. Now, if elected, what would be your first act as Labor Commissioner?
Yeah, my top priority is, we've got our businesses, our working families are struggling with rising costs right now. So my absolute top priority is expanding our apprenticeship model, because right now the workforce shortage is a worker crisis. In industries like healthcare, high-tech manufacturing. So I'm going to be looking at developing the skilled workforce we need, and helping Oregonians gain the skills that they need, whether or not they have a college degree.
Now, speaking of workforce, does Oregon need to legally define the status of gig workers as employees, at least in your opinion?
Right now, Oregon has some pretty flexible kind of factor-based tests for whether or not someone is an employee or an independent contractor. And the law is different if you're in the Civil Rights Division versus the Wage and Hour Division at BOLI. And there's also a number of other state agencies that have sort of different tests. So I think everyone would love us to have a test that provides everyone with clarity. So that's really the main piece, is whatever the rules are. I think everyone just wants to know the rules, whether you're a gig worker or an employer of a gig worker. that's the goal at BOLI, is to make sure that everyone understands their rights and responsibilities.
Now, are there any other aspects of Oregon labor law that you feel need to be changed or fixed or adjusted?
In terms of the job of the commissioner, the charge is really to enforce the existing laws. So the legislature's job is to pass the laws, and then the commissioner's job is just to enforce what's there. And I'm well equipped to meet that charge.
All right. Well, thank you again so much for your time today, Christina. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
We'll be right back after this break.